What's up, people? So I am here as a teacher and my class name is KSP Arts. So the journey of KSP Arts begins here. I'm gonna be teaching you art online on the YouTube. And so for those who are very passionate about art and want to excel in this field, you have come to the right channel, and I'm gonna teach you a lot about art stuff in this channel. I have created a playlist for especially which where you can watch the art videos. So let us start this lesson. The requirement of the pencils, the shading pencils. This is the basic requirement of every great artwork, especially shading, because it helps us to create the drawings and modify the details in the drawings. Here, as you can see, that I've got this set of shading pencils from this Camlin company. You can buy the sets of any company as you wish. I like this Camlin company, to be honest. And here you can see there are 6 pencils here, all with different depths of shading and outlining. Let us discuss these pencils one by one. So the equipment you will be needing is the shading pencils of any company and a sketchbook. First of all, let us start with this HB pencil. For those who don't know what H and B means, H actually represents the hardness of a pencil, which means the grip on which you can hold a pencil, and the lesser value, the B, has more hardness the pencil has. What I mean to say is that the 10B has the lowest hardness and HB has the most hardness, and the B represents the blackness or the roundness of a pencil, which is the exact inverse, which means that 10B which has the most blackness and HB which has the least blackness. This pencil is mainly used to make the outlines of a drawing because it is the hardest to grip among all. I've got to say it again, the lesser the number of B is in a pencil, it's got to be difficult for dark shading. And suppose it's 2B and 4B, it's gonna be difficult to shade in a 2B because its B value is lesser. And even if you want to shade with it, even if you want to shade with this pencil, the HB pencil, it hasn't got the highest level of darkness. So it's better to shade it at the ending portion or shade with it very lightly. Here you can see this as I am applying this pressure and shading using the HB. As you can see, this is only the first shade I've applied now, so it's basically gonna be the lightest shade. When I draw the shades with the other pencils also, I can call this the lightest shade ever. 2B. Now moving on to this next shade. As I have told earlier, to be honest, as 2B is just the next shade after HB, so you might not see a very huge difference in the shade, but it is gonna apply somewhat of a lesser pressure to the shade. You can mostly only understand it if you grip the pencil, and it is also gonna apply somewhat of a thick flow of shade than HB. Anyway, I'm gonna explain by this. As I'm outlining this as I'm drawing this, you can see that if you look closely, then you can see that the stroke and that the shade from 2B is a bit thicker from HB. Yes, if you can see the difference, yes, this is the function of 2B. 4B, this one is a further 2B's ahead. This is also in the same queue as HB and 2B, but as you can see, the value of the B is increased. It is definitely gonna apply more light flow of shade than 2B and HB, and it is also gonna apply a lesser amount of pressure. This can be used for shadings only sometimes. This can be used for shading, but it is still in the queue of drawing pencils and not shading. I can call it the medium shade. 6B. Now here is the part where the shading begins. These are all the shading pencils from now on. First of all, this is not ideal for outlining. 6B is the lowest number of shading pencil, and so as 6B is composed of this property, you need to apply a lesser pressure as compared to the former 3, because its flow is already at a high level. As you can see, the shade is gonna be darker than 2B, 4B and HB. As you can see that the color, you can see this difference in the color, it's gonna be darker. 8B. By now you must have guessed what its function is. Still, if you didn't understand, I'm gonna give you some more points. 8B has got a very dark level of shade, and more than HB, 2B, 4B, 6B, and as the number increases, the darkness of the shade will increase. So the flow of darkness and shade is higher, and 8B along with 10B are the main pencils which are used for shading. Yes, these two are the main pencils. 6B is also capable of acting the same, but again the shading and darkness levels make them the first choice, the 8B and the 10B one. I'm applying this. The shade is getting thicker and thicker. As you notice all these 5 shades, you can see that the level of shade and darkness is getting increased with every increasing B pencil. Here is the last one, the 10B. Here comes the major shading pencil. This is the pencil that is always used in shading, always. You can see the thickness level here in the graphite, purely indicating that 10B can create the blackest and the smoothest shades. It has a very higher level of thickness among those pencils. Whenever you are shading, start with the area where the shade is the darkest and shade till the lightest area using these 6 pencils at different times. Never use the 10B or 8B for outlining because it's already got a very thick flow and you need the lightest flow outline. Alright people, that is it for the tutorial. My first KSP art tutorial, and I'll be really delighted if you understood these basics. If you have any query, please drop the query in the comment section box. I'll reply as quick as I can. And also give a thumbs up for the video if you like it, and make sure to subscribe my channel. Okay guys, so I'm gonna see you in the next video, and so till then, so long guys, have a good day.